4 common tax questions when applying for a marriage green card. Filing your taxes can be confusing and time-consuming, especially if you're applying for a marriage green card. We asked some of our independent immigration attorneys to weigh in on some of the most frequently asked questions. Here's what they had to say. How should I file my taxes? Married or separately? If you were married on or before the last day of the tax year, December 31st, then you should file jointly. Not only can you receive certain tax breaks, but immigration considers joint filing status as part of your overall evidence that you have a valid marriage. If you are married but choose to file separately, there should be a good tax reason to do so. If you and your spouse are unable to file, it's best to consult a tax professional. That way, if something does pop up at your green card interview, you can let the consular officer know that a tax professional advised you to do so. What if my spouse doesn't have a social security number yet? Even if your spouse doesn't have an SSN, they can file a joint federal return after they obtain an individual taxpayer identification number, or ITIN. It's also possible to apply for an ITIN using Form W-7, which should be submitted with the return. You can consult a tax professional to explore your options. If both spouses are legal permanent residents and they haven't been working, do they need to file jointly? As long as you and your spouse were married on or before the last day of the tax year, you can file jointly, even if one spouse was unable or didn't work. Please note, however, that green card holders are required to report worldwide income too, even if they were unemployed in the U.S. Do I file my taxes to submit the green card application sooner, or do we try and get married and file jointly to have the benefits? This is a personal choice. If someone is out of status or their non-immigrant status is about to expire, then filing for the green card would take priority. You should also think about when in the year you got married. If a couple was married at the beginning of the year, then the previous year's taxes are going to be filed as single, so it shouldn't matter when they're filed. If a couple gets married in November or December, taxes can't be filed until January at the earliest, so it depends on how fast they can prepare both their immigration and tax documents. At the end of the day, if you're unsure about how to file your taxes, it's best to consult a tax professional. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Boundless on YouTube. Thanks for watching.